Hey Gemini, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. What's up and welcome to your general reading done by yours truly. Thank you for being here. Keep in mind that these are general readings. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember that more than one person is watching, not just you. And as much as I would like to have these readings personalized, it's just not possible when multiple people are watching it. So don't take anything as your truth if it doesn't sit right, if it doesn't feel right. Don't force fit anything. Always follow your own intuition, your own inner guidance. My readings, tarot and oracle, they're never meant to rule your life, make decisions for you, or give you answers. It's more for validation and confirmation. So with that being said, I want you to take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to hit you with the tuning fork. This is 528 hertz. It's great for repairing the DNA. Connect your energy to my energy. Calling on your higher self, my higher self, our angels, guides, ancestors, creator of all that is, to surround us with love and light only, to give us clear, accurate messages for the highest good of all. We're better, and so it is. Raising the vibration, cleansing the space. Loud sound. 2 more times. Okay, so right away, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and or Rising, I'm going to go ahead and give you some signs, some validation of how you can know if this reading is meant for you or not. So for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and or Rising that have recently had baby fever, this reading is for you. If you've been holding small babies, it could be that you just had a baby. This reading is for you, whether you're male or female. Also for Geminis who would like to exercise, but for some reason limited, you are restricted to the way that you can work out. I would say that for you guys, you can't do intense exercising because there's something going on internally, whether that is an injury, something to do with the immune system, something along the lines of that. This is for you. For those of you who, so walks would be very, very beneficial for you guys, okay? Walks, very beneficial. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. That just means that the energy is very high, which is good. It's what we want, okay? So good signs, good signs. For those of you who talk really fast, or for those of you who kind of talk slow. So there are such things as people that talk in like a medium, like tone. That's not you. You either are a very slow talker or, like me, a very fast talker, because I have to slow down a lot of times. So if that resonates with you, this is your reading. For those of you who would like to move, but you're not able to, this is for you. For those of you who live by a lake and or a beach, this is for you. It doesn't necessarily be like right on the water, but you're near it. Like it's not far from you at all, okay? Like if you could walk there, you could. That's what I'm saying. For those of you who have a small dog, like a little lap dog, like a Chihuahua, Snickerdoodle, something along those lines, and you and this dog are inseparable, this would be for you. Oh, see, I was outside earlier meditating on your pile, and I'm trying to remember all the stuff that they were giving me, all the downloads and stuff like that. Okay, so just bear with me. For those of you who jump from job to job, or you seem to go through a lot of different jobs often, okay, Gemini, this is for you. For those of you who are kind of experiencing a lack of abundance when it comes to finances, okay, Gemini, this is for you. Let me see. I think that's all I got for now, Gemini. So we're going to go ahead and start off with your tarot. Trying to think if there's anything else. Spirit, anything else? Oh, look, these want to jump out, but they didn't. So let's see what we got for the Geminis. Connect me to their energy for the highest good of all. About that? Yes. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have 8 of Pentacles. So this is good, being that it's in reverse. Okay, this means that money troubles are more in the past and not necessarily something you're going to experience in the future. So as of the present moment, you could see or notice a big shift, or you know that a big shift in your money is coming. This could be a change in jobs, a better location, something along the lines of that, or just a promotion. Seven of Swords. Yeah, this could be that picking up and wanting to leave, but you can't, and something is kind of holding you back. Or for some of you, you've left a lot of things behind in sacrifice of something else. So you had to pick up and leave a lot of things behind that you just didn't necessarily want to, but you had to in order to move forward and do what was best for you. You could have left a job, you could have left some people, some places, something along the lines of that, or you want to and you haven't made that step yet. Because remember, this is a general reading. I got a lot of messages coming here, coming in right now, so bear with me. We have the Strength card. This is that dog I was talking about that doesn't leave your side. For some of you, this could be a cat too, but I mean, like, that's so vague. To say that. It would be like, okay, this animal, whether it's a dog or a cat, it's like your soul animal. So it's like you talk to this animal, and you feel like it telepathically talks back to you. Okay, now that's not everybody's relationship with their pet, but this is definitely what I'm picking up for you, Gemini. You got a pet where it's like this pet feels like it's very spiritually evolved, like it does truly understand what it is that you're saying. It's like maybe not words, but it understands the emotions. And I know that a lot of animals can do that, but not all animals can do that. I'm telling you, there's levels to this. Some dogs and cats are just like airy and out there in la la land, but not all of them. Some of them are highly intelligent, and you can tell that there's just something about them, and they understand what it is that you're seeing, thinking, feeling, doing, all of the above. And this is what I'm talking about. It's also the Strength card. So I'm an intuitive reader, but I also read the cards for the meaning that they hold. Maybe, maybe not, depending on what I'm guided to do. So that's how I read. It's weird, but it's my way nonetheless. So the Strength card is basically saying that whatever it is that you're going through, or I would like to say for some of you that you went through, okay, was a test for you that you did pass or you're going to pass. And it's like, you know this. So you're standing strong here. You're definitely not in victim mode at all, which is good, because a lot of times people, when they go through things, they stand in that victim mode energy. This is not you, Gemini, okay? You're very strong. You stand in your power. I'm getting chills, okay? So it's like, you know your worth. Now, not to say that sometimes you don't have your doubts, because of course you do. We all do. We're humans, okay? We're flawed in that way, and that's okay. That's what we came to experience, is being human, right? So this came out first, Three of Swords in reverse. This is talking about some sort of betrayal, some sort of heartbreak, or something that just did not go our way. It was sudden. It happened unexpectedly. Okay, Gemini, I literally had to go grab some water because, like, I'm parched. My mouth is so dry. And that to me is a sign that you need to drink more water. They're telling me specifically that some of you really like Kool-Aid juice flavored drinks, and then others of you, there's like one soda that you always drink, whether it's like a Sprite or Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper or something like that, and your spirit guides are saying gently and with love, they want you to kind of fall back from that, okay, because it's too much sugar. So if you guys like sweets, Gemini, honey, this is your reading, okay? Specifically those things. Now, like I said, let's get back to this, the Three of Swords in reverse. Something sudden happened, betrayal, something didn't go your way. This could even been like your partner, you knew that your partner was cheating on you. Heartache, disappointment, betrayal. Could have been something happened suddenly. You lost something, and we're still recovering it. We're in the midst of recovering. So for some of you, this just happened, and for others of you, it happened a while ago, and we're still healing from it, okay? Five of Pentacles definitely could have to do with your family splitting up and you having to move into a place on your own. And I feel like some of you have already been in this situation, so it was like devastating. Or for others of you that are in a relationship, and this is not cheating or anything like that, it's that you guys had to move, or you took some sort of loss within the family dynamic, okay? There was some sort of financial loss there, someone losing a job, even someone possibly getting injured and not being able to work, something along the lines of that. Then we have the Page of Wands. And I really like this, which means that through this struggle, through this loss, through this disappointment, you really held your ground. You really held your ground. From the outside looking in, no one would be able to tell that you were suffering and going through these things. So that gets back to this, Gemini, about how strong it is that you are, okay? And it's like, you have pride, but it doesn't feel like it's ego-based, okay? This is like a healthy amount of pride. So acknowledge that and know that's something that is really significant to your like traits, your characteristics, and your personality. Is this pride that's not too boastful, if that makes sense. It's like you have your head up high, but it's like quietly you do this. You don't boast and go and brag and stuff like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's very balanced, very graceful pride. What do we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Oh, my ear is itching. Somebody's talking about me. Or somebody could be talking about you. Okay, so here it is. I feel like, oh, hold on. Here it comes. Give me a minute, y'all. Lots of messages. Okay, lots of messages. This came first. All tied up, yeah. I feel like you think and worry too much about what other people think of you. And what you think other people think of you is way worse than what people actually think of you. The Garden in the Gate in reverse. So these are not necessarily meant to be taken in reverse, but they can be. So I'm just going to interpret them the way I see fit. Goddess of the Moon. And I feel like the reason why they're in reverse is because you're going back and forth here, right? You're going back and forth with mind and heart. Mind and heart. It's like the battle between mind and heart. You have moments, you have times, you have days where you're really in the flow, in this ebb and flow state of the divine feminine, whether you're male or female, where you're very intuitive and you feel really balanced and aligned. And then there's other days where you just like, you don't know, it's like a switch and you don't really know why, but I can tell you that it has a lot to do with the phases of the moon for you, Gemini. You're very connected to the phases of the moon. So I would pay attention to how it is that you feel mentally and emotionally and physically, even spiritually, with the phases of the moon. So some people, they're really intuitive when the moons are full and extra emotional. And for some people, it's when it's, when that moon is waning, when it's not necessarily full, or when it's a new moon. So everybody's different. Unless I had a personal reading with you, I won't be able to tell you exactly, but because for some of you, it is the full moon, and for others of you, when the moon is in other phases. The Garden and the Gate just means that we are, being that it's in reverse is telling me that we are not fully standing in our purpose because we don't fully know what that purpose is yet. But you're well on your way, Gemini, okay? You're well on your way. And I feel like the answer is a lot closer than you lead yourself on to believe. You feel like it's so far from you, but really it's like right under your nose, okay? It has a lot to do with family. I feel like your purpose has a lot to do with family and with like raising children. Okay. So we have envy here, which means that we're coming from a place of lack when we compare. That's what it is. Don't compare your situation with others. It's very unfair. I see that sometimes you do that. You'll compare somebody else's journey to yours. None of us should do that. It's not fair. We are all on our own, very unique, different paths and journeys and phases of life. Some of us are young souls. Some of us are old souls. Some of us came here and don't know why the hell we came here. We want to leave. Some of us came here and we're glad that we came here and we want to come back again. So we're all at very different phases of evolution when it comes to what the soul wants to experience. So you really have to stop being so hard on yourself when it comes to, I feel I'm getting the word late bloomer. You feel like you're a late bloomer. Okay, that's not true. Who is to say that you're a late bloomer? That's crazy. Is that you thinking that way about yourself, or is that you thinking that way about yourself because of what other people, what society has made you think and believe and feel? You see what I'm saying? So stop being so hard on yourself. You are not a late bloomer. You're exactly where you need to be according to what it is that your soul wants to experience. So also, yeah, your higher self is coming through specifically. So when I get messages, I'll get messages from God. I'll get message from your higher self, from my higher self, sometimes from my guides or your guides. It's really whose energy is the strongest and whose messages are easiest to read. So I'll get symbols in my mind's eye, and I'll get feelings, and then I'll get the interpretations of the cards, and they all kind of work together in this beautiful ensemble, right? So this beautiful orchestra of, nothing tangible and nothing logical. But it's beautiful nonetheless, right? It's shit we just can't explain. It's mystical, it's magical, but it's very much real, right? Okay, so, and I'm getting off track here, and I feel like, okay, so, oh yeah, attachments. Yeah, I knew that was in there. Your higher self says that when you feel most, pay attention to the moon cycles, when you feel emotional, when you feel like your intuition is the highest, when you feel the most emotional, trust and believe me, that's also when your intuition is the highest, okay? So when you feel these ways, that is when your connection to your higher self is the strongest. So really pay attention to that. And that's something that your higher self, literally, I saw it like reach down to me and be like, whoa, hold up. This is what, so it's like a very specific message that your higher self is calling out to you to connect. So we are always connected to our higher self, but when that connection is strongest, okay, it's valuable information. You can do a lot with that. I would say mantras and or affirmations along the lines of, I consciously choose to connect to my higher self now. Say that whenever you feel disconnected from yourself, from your soul, from your spirit, from your heart, when you're having that battle in between the mind and heart. Say that affirmation, say that mantra, very beneficial. I consciously choose to connect to my higher self now. Say it when you wake up, before you go to bed, okay? Whenever you have noticed that your emotions and your intuition is on high, is at a peak. That will be good for you. Expect downloads, expect messages, expect guidance, stuff like that. Just that inner knowing to just really be more present, to really be more present. Expect that, okay? Releasing jealousy and envy of others. And also, this is people who are jealous and envious of you. So put this where this fits. Some of you are experiencing, you're a little bit jealous of others sometimes because you're comparing yourself, and then also there are people that are comparing themselves to you and they're jealous. Okay, that goes both ways. So just being aware of this and release the attachments of certain outcomes for you is going to be very, very important. I wanted to say attachments when I was like first starting, but this card has been coming out in every single zodiac sign, and I felt, and it's like, so sometimes I question my own guidance, and sometimes my readings are better than others. Like, that's the thing. It's because I'm human, and any information that's coming from the spiritual realm is going to be distorted somehow, shape, or form. It's never 100% because I'm not perfect. I'm not God, but it's like, so I have to release the attachment of, feeling like I have to be 100% right, or if I'm being repetitive. And I'm still learning that lesson because I should have said attachment because the card came out and I felt it, but I felt because it was coming out in all the other cards, it would be repetitive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me not having the most confidence about what it is that I know. Although I know it, it's like I'm not following through. You see what I'm saying? And they're showing me that this is what you experience as well, Gemini. It's like, but are we following through, right? Are we doing that? It's like sometimes that's a no for you because it's a no for me too. I just told you that. So I can relate to that for sure. And this is more than just the attachment of that. I feel like this is the attachment to certain outcomes. It's the attachment of, feeling the need of maybe perfection and always needing to be right, because no, you don't need to do any of those things. You actually don't need to do shit, really, because if you knew that your soul was eternal you would absolutely be comfortable in any and every moment of your life. It's like suffering would not really take place if we could experience what our higher self does, and that's why the connection to the higher self, we want to have that constant and all the time and work on it somehow, some way. And another way that we do that is by being healthy, by being fit, by having positive thoughts, expecting positive things, being grateful for what it is that we already have. Those kind of things keep our higher self connection close. And it's always there, but it's like, can we feel it or not? And that's what you want to do. I feel like your soul is urging you to have that higher self connection, because when you have that, it's really hard for other people and worldly things to distract you and to upset you and kind of tie you down. You get to be in the peace of the present moment and know that no matter what, you're always going to be good, and everything is working out always for your highest and greatest good. Now, that doesn't mean that bad things don't happen, because we have karma. We all have karma that we need to balance out. That's what you're here to do, is to balance your karma and to make sure that we don't make any more. So, I feel like you're on this. This is not a spiritual awakening, because I feel like you've already had one. This is an expansion of the spiritual awakening that you already currently have, right? Okay. This is so interesting because it's really hard for me to put into words this message, and I'm hoping that it's making sense for you, Gemini. But like, it's beautiful though, like, it's beautiful, and I relate to it in so many ways. Well, I am actually going to take every single one of those, and then I'm going to take one more. So we got karmic path, y'all. I cannot make this up. These cards are not necessarily meant to be taken in reverse either. They can be, but look, I can't make this up. Karma. That's what we're focusing on. So if there are things that's going on in your life that are not, they don't feel good, right? And you're just like, why is this happening? It's because karma's playing out. And if it's not from this lifetime, it is karma from another past life, okay? From a past life. Stormy, I'm glad this is reverse. Okay, that means like the worst is over. And like I told you in the beginning, we're recovering from something that happened, that shook our world up, that happened suddenly, and kind of went and changed everything. The way that you were living, like everything. Something happened. It was like drastic. It was not expected. Person, place, or thing, right? Boom. So the worst is over. Nature spirits, yeah. You need to be outside, go on those walks. You're very connected to nature regardless. So yeah, you're very connected to nature because you are nature. We are all nature. And that's why it's important for us to have that connection to nature. Like, you want to make sure that you're getting sunshine, that you're putting your feet barefoot on the ground. I say this in all my readings to all my clients. I always will, always have, and that will never change. So yeah, but like something specific about trees for you, Gemini. I don't know if you can like feel the energy of the trees stronger, or if you happen to have like some really big trees outside of your house or outside of someone's house that either you used to live in, a family member or a friend, close friend, something like that, okay? Even also for some of you, I'm getting that you had a pet that you buried next to a very significant tree. So it's like a tree that you had your whole childhood, or you just like always went to this tree. It's like your spot, something along the lines of that. You have a strong connection to these trees and you feel the energy of the trees. So trees are very healing for you. I would, because you have the connection naturally to trees, when you go outside, just talk to them telepathically. They got souls. They got magical gifts. They got telepathic communication. Trust me, I talk to trees. They're healing. You can touch them. You can hug them. You can ask for them to pull like the toxic energy up out of you through your feet when you're barefoot by them on the grass. They will do it. Okay, they will absolutely do it. I don't care how crazy that sounds. I know to you that doesn't sound crazy. I know you're vibing with it because it is a total vibe. Like, trees are a total vibe, and we love trees, and trees love us too. And so it is what it is. All right. Ooh, so listen, look at this. And this came out under envy and jealousy. So for some of you, not all of you, because listen, someone's got the evil eye on you because it's like maybe you're really beautiful. Maybe you have a beautiful family. Somebody, and I would say this is more than one person, or else this wouldn't be coming out like this, okay? There are people that are very jealous of you, for good reasons, I'm not necessarily a jealous person. Not now, but I know that when I was younger, I absolutely was. But see, there's people that don't wish the best for you. And although they're not actively, like, they may be, but it doesn't feel like it, but they're not like actively doing things to make your world like a terrible, crazy place. It's like they're giving you the evil eye. It's the negative energy that they're sending just by having this envy and jealousy of you, right? And that can affect you energetically. So you want to cleanse your energy. You want to cleanse your energy and cleanse your home and stuff like that, and keep the vibes high. Definitely sandalwood or sage. And when you do the sandalwood and sage or the incense, don't do it with intentions to remove negative energy, because that's only confirming to the universe that you have negative energy around you. You want to set the intention for it to raise the vibration in your home, to cleanse it and fill it with beautiful love and light and all things great, right? That's what kind of thing. I put cinnamon above my doors. You can put it above your windows. Bless your house with anointed oil and prayers. You can do it that way too. But you definitely need to cleanse your energy. The trees are going to help you do that. Water is going to help you do that. For those of you that live by the water, that's no coincidence that you live so close to the water. You are there. Your soul led you there because you're meant to go and cleanse your energy. I would say pretty much daily. I would, especially if this is showing up here twice. I would get you, if you don't have already. For some of you, I feel that you already have some jewelry or earrings or a bracelet or a necklace, something like that, that has this on it. I would wear it, especially when you are out in public or you're at work, okay, around people that you feel and you know are jealous of you. Okay, wear it, get you one and wear it. Also, you can get a red bracelet. um that really helps protect you against negative energy too. I don't really know, it's like, I can't remember if it's like Buddhist or Hinduism. I am not religious, y'all. I'm spiritual. Oh, and that's another thing for you guys, Geminis who are like on the cusp of religious, or you rock religion and spirituality. This reading is definitely for you. But yeah, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual only, but like, that's okay. I feel like there's truth to all religions. They all have some truth to them to an extent, right? And some not truth. That's neither here nor there. I'm getting off topic, but yeah, the red bracelet. It's like some sort of it's like super inexpensive. You can get them at um you can get them almost anywhere, but I mean, if you can't find them, Amazon. Protects against negative energy. When I felt like I had an evil eye on me, I used to wear it. And you know, anybody can have an evil eye on you, right? Sending you bad energy because they're hating. They don't want to be happy for you because they're miserable or whatever, you know, stuff that they're dealing with, and they're projecting it onto you. I'm not saying it's not possible for me, but I also know that when it comes to stuff like that, when people project that kind of energy on to me, it doesn't get to me because my guides got my back. My ancestors got my back because I asked them to, and I know, and I thank them in advance that this will be done. So you can also do that, of course. You can ask your higher self, your angels, your guides, your ancestors to come and protect you from people who are sending you bad negative energy, so therefore don't touch you. It can only affect you if you believe it can affect you, and I just don't got the belief that it can affect me. It just can't. And do I feel that negative energy from a person, unless you're directly in my space, it's not happening. You know, it's just not happening. It's not going to get that far. So you can project all you want, send it out all you want. It will not be received on this end. So, you know, if you are strong in that belief, you know what I'm saying, you don't need any of these things. So these are tools and they work. But there's nothing as effective, nothing as strong as your own belief and your own spiritual team of guides and angels and ancestors. There's nothing more powerful than that. So call on them. And I just got chills everywhere, literally from head to toe. Okay, even for some of you, the nature spirits will protect you from that. Like, ask the nature spirits outside of your home to surround your home with their love and their light. And y'all, I'm talking about major chills everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay, so real strong connections. And it's like, you know this, right? You know this, Gemini. So use that to your advantage. Okay, use it to your advantage. And sometimes people who don't even ask their ancestors or guides and angels or whatever for protection, they're protected anyways because that's just how strong their angels and guides and ancestors are. So, but I always, so look, yeah, meditate is coming out for you. And I want to talk to you about this meditation home. Yeah, this needs to, your home needs to be cleansed. Not because there's like negative energy in there, just because it needs to have a new slate. Just cleanse it. Every once in a while, I want you to just cleanse it, cleanse your home space, cleanse yourself every now and then, okay? Okay, so meditate. Now, when it comes to meditation, for some of you who just can't do the meditation because your mind's constantly racing, let me explain to you what meditation is and what it's for, so it doesn't overcomplicate things for you. Meditation is the opposite of prayer. Prayer is when you talk to God, and meditation is where you listen to God. Okay, so it's not as hard as you think. It also could be just being in the present moment, because God's within you. The Creator is within you. You are a unique expression of the Creator, as you know, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're all one. It's not something that's outside of you. So when all you have to do is just, meditation is knowing that and connecting to that, and that can be instant. It's just a feeling when you go outside and you take a deep breath, put your hands on your heart, a good way. That's meditation, okay? Reading a book, taking a shower, being grateful. Meditation can be instant. It doesn't have to be. You can, if you want, go into, still your mind and just focus on your breath and kind of let the thoughts go and stuff like that. That will get you to that point as well. But there's many, many ways to meditate, and there is no right or wrong. Play around with different things, different ways to meditate, and see what works for you, because your ancestors, your guides, your spirit, your soul, your higher self is urging you to meditate so you can feel that connection more. They want you to have a closer connection, to go to the next level, for that connection, it to be a deeper connection there, and for it to be constant, so you can be in the present moment, so you can have peace of mind. And I know that's what you truly want, Gemini. So this reading was beautiful. Thank you for trusting me as your reader. I hope to see you in my next reading, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, show me some love, leave me a comment if it resonated. If not, it's all love. Bye.